Hello and welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sun Empire deck as promised. Now, there is a bit of a departure from here to the deck I'm going to be playing today. One, because we are playing with a sideboard, so now we actually have more burn spells, and we have even more in the sideboard. But also because over time the priorities have kind of changed a little bit. Sure, it's about trying to get as fast as possible to your upper end, but you need to be able to do some things in the early game, because even if I were to say play land, then try to do something, if I was against a control matchup, either white blue or blue black, 3 turns of doing nothing is pretty much a death sentence to us also. We won't be able to. It'll basically be just us playing something, they have a counter ready. Us playing something, they have a counter ready. So, with that in mind, we're taking a look at the deck as is. Still a decent package with Forerunner trying to tutor up some stuff. I decided not to invest in the Ripjaw Raptors, even though they're admittedly superior. I kept the Snapping Sailbacks because at least they come in with flash. And we did manage to get a Polyraptor as one of our winnings, so we could go for that one. Then, actually, the one thing that's very important here, aside from having four copies of Commune to search for what we need, 2 copies of Thunderherd Migration to supplement our Drovers and Otepex, is where we look at the sideboard. If we know our opponent's playing a control game, we have to rush on the mana. So, 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. And if we know our opponent is high on the aggro, as in it's the aggro with at most 2 toughness, some copies of Fiery Cannonade. It'll hit our stuff also, but with some of our enraged creatures, we are actually counting on it. We also have some copies of Needletooth Raptor for the control. Kind of for the control matchup. Our opponents will be playing with bigger creatures, so being able to convert one of our lightning strikes into a bigger set of removal that can't be countered would be nice. And for them to counter it, they'd have to counter our spell that's not targeting them. So it will burn a counter spell at the very least. There's 1 copy of Samut, kind of also for the control matchup, though I'll be honest, I have very little faith in her. Probably better off being a copy of Chandra Torch of Defiance. But that's part of it. We're experimenting. The fight with fires originally were in the main board, now on the sideboard, and we streamlined some of the rares that we had. So some of our rares have become one-off. So Regisaur Alpha now just a one-off. So we're kind of banking on Forerunner. It's a shame that Forerunner costs 4. We would have been able to play it as a 4-off, just like in the white-black Vampires deck, but I guess it is in a good spot. You kind of want a tutor for really big threats like Etali, Galta. Also for consideration, though I did not put it in this deck, are the Burning Suns avatars and the Verdant Suns avatars. Also not considered for this iteration is the inclusion of white, and there are many decent cards that we can fit in there. But for the time being, we're just upgrading the green-red Sun Empire deck, so we'll work with this one. Then we'll be proceeding to competitive constructed. Let's see how long we can actually last. So that would be it for this pre-game deck tech. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to turn on notifications as well. The way I schedule videos nowadays, half of it ends up for constructed, half of it are quick drafts. So anyway, just keep note. Hope to see you guys again. As we proceed into gameplay. So thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time.